Elsipogtog, Mi'kmaq, Mi'kmaq territory, located in eastern New Brunswick between Moncton and Miramichi, just west of Rexton. Since the summer of 2013, the Mi'kmaq, along with some Acadian allies, have been making a stand against Texas-based Southwestern Energy, also known as SWN Oil and Gas, and their plans to explore and exploit possible natural gas in the region's shale formations. Throughout the summer of 2013, the Mi'kmaq protesters have been continually harassed and arrested by Royal Canadian Mounted Police. However, these actions only serve to strengthen the resolve of the Mi'kmaq of Elsipogtog and the protesters at the proposed fracking site. On October 17, 2013, at 7:30 a.m., the RCMP descended on the peaceful protest with hundreds of heavily armed officers and paramilitaries in what was to be a heavy-handed provocation to violence and an effort to eliminate the will of the Mi'kmaq protesters. 40 arrests ensued, and the confrontation between the RCMP and the people of Elsipogtog escalated with the burning of a number of RCMP vehicles and eventual withdrawal of the RCMP forces later that day. Many of those arrested have reported that they were beaten and mistreated while in the custody of the RCMP, and others were injured by the so-called less than lethal munitions, as well as police batons and pepper spray. The events that were unfolding had a personal impact on me, so I decided to travel to Elsipogtog to see what was happening for myself and hear from the people there without a mainstream media filter. It was a very personal journey. The entire confrontation brought back memories of the struggle I took part in as a young man in the summer of 1990, defending our pines and cemetery from development. I felt the need both to document the stories from the Mi'kmaq and to honor the contributions of the Mi'kmaq warriors who came to help us defend Ganastog in 1990, and offer whatever insight I could from my experiences during the crisis. I also wanted to learn what the movement there had to teach me. What follows are some voices of those I filmed in Elsipogtog and at the anti-fracking camp that was the epicenter of the confrontation near Rexton, New Brunswick.
What shale gas will actually do. I've heard women talk about that when they were pregnant, it actually affected the fetus, like women that are in areas where there are shale gas facilities going. And that kind of worries me also.
What I'm all about is about them, about me, and about the Mother Earth that I'm going to be. Someday, when I'm dead, I will be with Mother Earth. I'll be under her, and she'll be protecting me after that. And he will keep on all the stuff that I'm doing.
How can we protect the territory? How can we protect the water, the land? How can we stand together at the end of this and say that's, what's right and what's wrong?
They want this land. Because they never had the title to this land, they're going to try to get it, doesn't matter how. And I think a lot of it is because with this oil exploration, it's just the beginning. I don't know what else they'll want.
On est tous connectés ensemble pour essayer à sauver Mother Earth. Si on laisse aller, on n'aura plus rien pour eux. Il n'y aura plus personne qui aura rien.
It's not about me, it's about all the people, all the native people in Canada, US, and even in South America and Mexico, so you got to take a stand somewhere.
An American company that came down trying to destroy water using SWN, doing fracking, they call it. And fracking is when you take a pipe and extract natural gas using water, and all the cracks that are in our shale shale walks, it takes all the natural gas and brings it all back out. And then when they put water in there, it goes down and then it all comes back out and it's contaminated already.
Who's in charge? This is about unity. This is about everybody standing together and saying, listen, you can buy us. We're not for sale. Our water, the land is not for sale. And when are they going to stand up and say, okay, well, maybe they're right? You know, look at all the negativity. I mean, it's unnecessary. We can fix the problem. Are we willing to? What's the sacrifice? I look at it, next 12 generations, 13 generations, that's a hell of a sacrifice to make for them. I'm willing to do it.
Where we're going to get water, even the bottled water. They're testing waters, or they're trying to get water and they can't find, the scientists are doing that and they can't find anything to make sure that the water is pure after the fracking is finished with it. There are so many studies out there. People are blind. I find people are blind, or they have their heads in the sand, because they don't want to listen, they don't want to see. And the politicians are so good at telling you what you want to hear. The corporate giants there, they're saying things that you want to hear, not actually what they're doing, because there's a whole bunch of evidence all over the place. And SWN, even court cases right now are in court cases in Maine. I'm not in Maine, but in the United States, about that. And yet they're just telling us it's nothing wrong with it. It's good. They got new techniques.
And it wasn't just a native thing here. There were Acadians, Francophones, non-natives, local. So it wasn't just a native thing. But they were trying to paint us like that. It's just like they wanted to make a native issue.
Right.
Moi, j'ai un grand respect pour les Mi'kmaq. Ben, pour tout le monde. Pour pouvoir faire de quoi ensemble, pour tout être ensemble, toutes les nations. Pour s'accorder ensemble, puis vous mettre tout sur la même page pour pouvoir faire de quoi ensemble pour pouvoir gagner ce site. Voilà, le message pour envoyer, c'est tout se mettre ensemble, puis changer le gouvernement. La oui que c'est là, c'est rien de bon tout. Ça déchire tout le monde. Tu votes pour une partie, puis elle est contre toi. Puis comment on dit qu'ils disent pas ce qu'elle en faire à la langue. C'est un petit groupe, puis ils décident ce qu'elle en faire pour toi. C'est nous autres, le monde. On a tout de quoi dire là-dedans.
Well, what the police did, it was very uncalled for. Like, they knew right off that there was women and children and elders in there, and they knew that they were unarmed. Yet, they still took it upon themselves to come in the way they did and then fire upon defenseless, innocent people. That was not right.
Me and my friend Aaron came, and there was a line of cops and people were just going nuts, so I grabbed my eagle feather and we went down, stood at the front line, and we didn't even know what was going on, but we knew we could hear gunshots, you could hear people just screaming, and it was just chaotic. It was just, felt like a war zone, really.
We were all standing there in line, front line, just to stall from them coming in. And then as soon as they draw their guns, we were like, whoa, hey, what are you guys doing with these guns? We don't even have weapons. We're here peacefully. And then they were like, shut your mouth and, you know, step back. If you don't step back, we're gonna place you guys under arrest. And then people got aggressive and be like, well, this is our land. This is what we have to protect. And then people came, the RCMP and the SWAT team and the military all stood up in the line and started moving towards us. And then as soon as they made 3 steps, they shot. And then they sprayed old women, our elders, in the face and the eyes.
There's a young guy that we stood right at me, and he got hit on a knee.
With one of the bean bags, and these are all being fired from 12-gauge shotguns.
Yes, yes.
So suddenly, from the woods, you're hearing the sound of gunfire.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And at any point, did the RCMP inform you that they were going to use less than lethal weapons or anything like that?
No,
Okay.
they didn't warn us anything. They didn't say
So as
anything.
far as you knew, somebody was firing 12 gauges at you?
Yes.
And me, I was standing there. There was a woman right beside me named Haley. And all I heard was, look, point and shoot. And then I seen Haley scream, and then I jumped in front of her, and that's where I got laid in the leg.
Less than lethal beanbag munitions fired from a 12-gauge shotgun would have no external sound difference than that of a weapon firing live ammunition. People were fired upon from approximately 1.5 meters, despite beanbag manufacturers' statements that this type of ammunition should not be deployed from less than 20 meters. Furthermore, Amtech Less Than Lethal Systems, a manufacturer of beanbag ammunition, state the following in their safety precautions when using these munitions. Blunt impact, launchable, and hand-thrown munitions can cause contusions, abrasions, broken ribs, concussion, eye loss, superficial organ damage, serious skin lacerations, massive skull fractures, heart or kidney rupture, fragmentation of the liver, hemorrhage, and death. Medical assistance should be provided immediately after an actual deployment of less than lethal munitions, even if no physical injuries are apparent on the subject or subjects.
So you guys do work for SWN. So you do work for SWN. So you do work for SWN. Answer my question. Answer my question. You do work for SWN. All of you guys work for SWN. That I stood up for their water. I stood up for your guys' water too. All of you guys did.
Night, native RCMP brought us a tobacco wrapped in red felt and told us it's peace now. So that night we all went to bed thinking that it was peace. That morning I do traffic control due to DOT making the road open for negotiations and traveling with buses and everything. We had youths that were in school right beside. So that morning was when I started with my traffic control. That was around 6:30 that morning, and next thing you know, I see bus come up and see the RCMPs block the road again, and I was wondering what's going on. Next thing you know, an RCMP jumps out from my side with guns drawn already, telling me to put down my gun. When I told him what gun, I only got a flashlight and a phone right beside my hand. And then he told me again, put down the gun. And I told him again, it's only a flashlight and a phone. And I showed him the light, but they kept on holding their guns on me. And when I told them, you guys put your guys' gun down. You're right off the bat, you are threatening my life with these guns when I'm unarmed. And they told me, you gotta go. I told them, go where? This is my Mi'kmaq. This is where I'm from. I can't go nowhere. This is where I live. And next thing you know, I looked, there was about nearly another 50 people coming, another 50 RCMP members along with guys that were in camo. I'm still trying to figure out who they are, but they say they were the military. But they all came up with sniper rifles. And then next thing you know, we were all surrounded, all guns drawn. All we did was tell them, you guys drop your guns. And they didn't want to drop them. So we kept on telling them, we are here in Mi'kmaq. This is a peaceful thing. What you guys are doing to us now, you guys are being violent.
Attention! Attention! You are prohibited from hindering, interfering, or obstructing access to the staging area and storage facility, or obstructing or impeding traffic in relation hereto. Anyone that continues to do so will be arrested and removed from this area by police and remanded into custody.
My wife, the cop narrating told her to move right away, and then without any chance, she got pepper sprayed really fast. And then when she was trying to get away, the guy hit her in her back with one of the wooden billy clubs, and now her back by her tailbone is all sticking out, so she might have to go for surgery. I'm angry. I'm hurt that what happened to our community, what happened to our women. It's a hard thing to go through, to see people in pain, people get hurt for standing up for something they believe in.
But we waited here and we stuck around until we got to finally get back to the site, and everyone was gone, all our warriors were gone, and it was destroyed. Like everything was torn apart. Even the place where
This site over here, right?
yeah, the site, all the tents were torn apart, everyone's luggage and everything, and then the food down there where we have our food, that was even torn up. Like it was completely destroyed. I just want people to not listen to the media, because that day I know I didn't come with any weapons and I didn't see anyone else with a weapon. I came with my eagle feather and my heart, and you know, I come from a community that's already polluted, so it's...
Tell us your community.
My community is Pictolana First Nation in Nova Scotia. We have a pulp mill, paper pulp mill, that's been dumping their toxic waste into our land called Osag, Boat Harbor. So they dump millions of gallons of toxic waste from the pulp being made every day. So we've been fighting them for over 40 years now.
It's all nation. Doesn't matter what color you are or what nationality you come from. If you're here in Turtle Island, it's everybody's responsibility to finally stand up and say, listen, look from the past. You know, look at the water, look at the land, look what's being done. You know, as we speak, just in the province of New Brunswick, if they want to call it, all the crown lands are being sprayed by chemicals to kill all the hardwood. You know, I don't see nobody standing up and making a big fuss over that. But it's done by the same company that everybody's so scared about the fracking. They don't look beyond the doors, you know what I mean? It's geez, we hunt, we eat these moose, we eat the deer, everything's being affected by it. Where's their natural habitats going? I mean, it's not just about humans. It's about the animals too. Who's going to protect them? The medicines? If it's all gone, where are we going to go? To pharmaceutical? Look what it's done to our people. Look what it's done to all nations. Oh yeah, that's a nice future that we want to represent, right? I don't know. I do see that there is a change that can be made.
Next thing you know, we were being beaten. We were being dragged away to police stations, put in jail. I was in jail for 8 days. I was in the hole for 8 days. I'm still here though. I'm still a warrior. I ain't gonna stop. I'm the district war chief. Yes, I am proud of who I am, and I am proud of what happened to me. I did this for my children, and for the children that are all across New Brunswick. When you look at it, they are our future. They are our future leaders. They are our future warriors. They are our future for everything. That's why we all stood up. The guys that were over there, we were 18 warriors there. We all stood up for the future of the children.
I think that it's a little messed up that they're trying to do the fracking, you know. I think every person that here, you know, they say they have pride, but it's not pride they have. It's what we call a delegodee back home, and that means honor 1,000 times over. And each one of these people here standing for their people has that, and it's a good thing. But I brought the wampum up here to show that I come in peace, to show I'm not here to make war. You know, and I take this to the wampum reader of theirs, and he knows that he can read every last beat on here. So that's what I brought that for.
If I ever lost you, pray, pray for my faith to go away for the rest of my day.
But the only thing now, I wish that we have a way of getting our warriors out. They didn't do anything wrong. All they did was to protect our land and this land is not just for us. The water is not just for us, it's for everybody. And they are doing what they're supposed to be doing.
I seen a chance of hope that it can be done. You know, that I seen. You You know what I mean? And to me, it's an honor to be able to sit here at any place where everybody feels the same. You don't have that feeling of who's better. You know, who's right and who's wrong. We're there for one cause, and that's where we protect the waters, the land, and the people.
Everybody needs to wake up. Everybody needs to stand together in unity and become one voice, one heart. Because until everybody does, Mother Earth is doomed.
SWN, with the help of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police and the corporate media, continue efforts to develop fracking in Mi'kmaq as well as other Indigenous territories. Arrests, police harassment, and intimidation continue in Elsipogtog, and many face serious criminal charges for standing against SWN and the Canadian corporate state. Undeterred, the Mi'kmaq and their allies continue the opposition in spite of threats of police violence and litigation by resource extraction companies.